issue today. So the last flight, I made the mistake of not wearing gloves. Even though it's about 56 degrees on the ground, it's probably a lot colder, or at least feels colder with the wind chill. So I got these gloves on. If it gets colder, I have a heavier set in my side pouch. Sadly, I forgot to put a drink in it. So this is one of my early morning flights that I love. I love it because the ground hasn't heated up yet, so there's a lot of really smooth air, no thermals. It's also pretty beautiful early morning. Right now we're cruising on past Arcadia. I think we're gonna head towards Tipton. So I tried to attempt that on my last flight, but my hands got too cold and I kind of chickened out the rest of the way. So we're definitely head north because my headwind is going this way. You always want to fly headwind into the wind because you're slower going that way, but you're faster coming back. That way if you have any fuel issues, you're not spending time fighting the wind. I can go faster if I decide to trim out, which gives me a little bit of extra boost. Beautiful morning over Arcadia. So definitely feel a little bit of wind as far as coolness, but I got several layers of clothing on. Got my thermals on, got my in-between jacket, and I got my flight jacket. So not too bad. Looks like it's a little bumpy here at about whatever is probably 500 feet. Wing looks great. So over here is the emergency field that I use sometimes. And then that's the original LZ, LZ1, LZ2 is the school. Now that school's out of session, I tend to use the second LZ the most. It's got a little bit more room to run with. And I also like to shake it up. I don't want to be in everybody's backyard all the time. But it is important to know I don't fly every week. Sometimes I go multiple weeks at a time without flying. It's very variable when it comes down to what the winds are and what my work schedule shows. So this morning I knew that I had a window, so last night I made sure to get up early and plan ahead. Gotta take those windows when I can. I think we're gonna swoop on down a little bit closer to the LZ1 and the backup field. Man, I am just gliding, which is gravy. That's where I always get my energy drinks. Good old Casey's. See if my shadow goes over the top of Casey's. Yep. Something beeped on my helmet. At least it sounded like it did. Hard part is I can't check the recording anymore because push the button, but I run the risk of turning it off if it is on. I think I'll go up and push the button. That sounds like a beat. I think we're in business now. If not, no more front facing camera, which sucks, but we'll deal with it. Alright, we're halfway to Atlanta. Let's go a little bit lower. The winds are a lot smoother down low. Yeah, I really need to get a mirror on the back end of this so I can check stuff. I think that's going to be a mission when I get home. Just skimming along the ground. Coming off the top of those trees, but nothing crazy. I think we're gonna go through that field right there. No power lines, I've been this way before. Crossing the street, so I actually need to look both ways since I'm lower. So what I like about days like these are the wind, when they're really slow, my glider is so much more responsive. Just the slightest inputs or twist in the seat and I can move where I want to. Coming up to the wrecked shed or barn or whatnot. Go to the tops of the trees. Tipton. Alright, straight ahead is Atlanta, Indiana. And if I go one more town up, that is Tipton. I think we'll cross the street, because that's really just plain fields. I flew that before. So I'm definitely glad I wore my gloves, but now I'm wondering if I should wear the thicker gloves. I'm starting to get a little bit more chilly. The hard part is with the thicker gloves, I'll have to take these one off just to get my hands in. But I think we may tempt it here in a bit once I crest this hill and get some more height. I hope I don't drop the other one while I'm pulling the other one out. Okay, right-hander. Body shift to the left. Put this bad boy here. Take this off. Ooh, should have dropped it. That was dumb. Alright, either way. Alright, now we're just gliding. If I need to get more height, I can reach down and grab the throttle. It's not too hard, but we got enough height for just gliding along. So right now I'm going to secure my glove right there. Hopefully didn't lose the other glove mid-flight, which it looks like I did not. I think we're going to have to gain some height. We're dropping pretty quickly. Alright, we were very aware of the chances of an engine out. The other thing too is as I'm putting the glove on, my body naturally shifts more. So that's why I wanted to do this over an open field. And now, I've got the heavier duty gloves on. And a lot warmer. So straight ahead is Tipton. Hopefully the helmet cam is recording, but if it is, somewhere up ahead is like a clock tower thing, so that's my landmark to know where that is. The only drawback of the morning flights is I'm freaking starving. I don't really want to eat or drink too much once I get up in the air, or drink too much or eat too much before, because once I get up there I don't have to go to the bathroom. Oh shit, did I not see my chase cam? I'm gonna use my shadow. I think I see a small blodge. That could be it. Okay, good, it's there. It's really hard to see because, at least my peripherals, I can turn like this, but I can't see what's directly behind me, and I can't 100% see what's directly above me. And that just has to do with the way I'm sitting in the harness, and also with my helmet in the way. I would have been really surprised if my camera had somehow popped off. We would have had to abort this mission to see if we could have found it. Alright, I see a water tower, my favorite things, and then I can see, it looks like the crest of that tower in between the two trees. So this is the farthest north I've flown away from my LZ. So one of the things I gotta keep in mind as I get closer to Tipton is I'm not too familiar with this area's airspace. I know the layout of the town, so I want to make sure I fly accordingly. So there's that steeple thing I was talking about. So that's downtown Tipton. But if you go that way, Kokomo's that way, also Chicago, if you were to fly further north. I think that's the school, and then there's a hospital slightly to the left across the street. So straight ahead is that clock tower I was talking about. Alright, let's get some height to take in Tipton. Okay, so it looks like it's more of a big plus sign. You got the Highway 19, and then a crossway that goes this way. Just never really have gone past the tower. I've always kind of gone to the right. Alright, so Tipton looks like it's about 3 times the size of Arcadia. Cool. I've been in that pool. So now we're going to turn around. I thought about going all the way around, but we should also see a speed change as the wind will push me back. Okay, so this is where landmarks come in handy. It's real easy to kind of lose sight of where you're at. Luckily I know this area because of the roads, but I always use the water towers. So that water tower straight ahead is the one for Atlanta, and then the back two are the ones in Arcadia. And then even further in the distance is the one that's by the reservoir. And then that big old hunk of buildings, that's Beck's Hybrids. One of the largest seed granaries that I know of, because I know very little about that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I want to see what the heck that thing is. Because it looks like it's automatically running itself, which would be so cool. But there could be someone on there, so I gotta make sure I don't buzz it. the heck is it? Should I yell down and say, hey, are you running yourself? Yeah, I don't see anybody. I think that's straight up automatically running stuff. That is really cool. Technology. Good. I hope it pays off for that farmer. That's the cool thing about paramotors is I could go pretty much anywhere. So if I see anything cool in the air, I can streak down and check it out. Where with the car, you're just kind of stuck to where the road takes you. Alright, we're coming up to Atlanta. And straight ahead is Arcadia Water Tower. Arcadia Water Tower that I always fly around, and then there's a second one. Looks really cool. All this wheat or maybe grass. This looks like I can rub my hands across the, like one of those pillows that change the direction. Alright, like a moth to a candle. Here, come to the water tower.